Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Combat Comrades. You got one half of your team, John, and my good mate, Dave, and we are going to...
Mexico!
We're going to freaking Mexico City.
Let's go.
The elevation, maybe not the elevation capital, but it's up there.
It's high.
I'm going to get the stat in a second, but I'm sure Mexico City is high and known for the high altitude and the good. Oh yeah, good food as well.
Food.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't love Mexican food? But yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yep.
I'm
Pumped up for this.
coming into this episode revitalized, motivated, and just ready to continue grinding and providing content. And it's a pretty good event. You know, it's not the world's best event, but it's an event that has sparked a lot of interest in me anyway. You know, there's a few fighters that I think are on a make or break, and there's a few fighters that can break out. So, you know, we're kind of dabbling in both sides of the fence. So I'm keen for that.
Yeah, nice, man. It's to me, what I love about these UFC events that are always in different countries, to me, it's kind of like, you know how you go to a restaurant for a different cuisine?
Yeah.
We are going into the Mexican fighting culture.
Oh, baby.
Where the legendary chins are. And what else are they known for? Slick boxing.
Slick boxing. That Mexican boxing style is iconic.
It's iconic. A lot of petite, smaller men. So we're going to see a lot. There's like no heavyweights on this card. But that's what I mean.
Thank the fucking Lord for that.
But that's what I mean. We're going to get a taste of the Mexican fighting culture.
Pygmy punch-ons. These pygmy punch-ons are going to be a fucking nice change. A nice change of scenery because I want to see blobbing out. I'd rather see friggin' the Energizer Bunny getting in there, getting down and dirty. So
and not getting knocked out after the heaviest shots.
Yeah, 100%. Just eating it with that Mexican granite chin and serving up a couple enchiladas in response. Let's go.
That's good.
And you know what? There's some fucking bangers that are kind of lying in the midst of all of the card as a whole. Yeah. And I want to start with a special shout out of Imanol Rodriguez. He is the Ultimate Fighter alumni. Sadly, didn't win. He made it pretty far. Then he got eliminated by
Morales.
That's it. Thank you. And it was kind of sad. You know, it was one of those fights where you wanted them both to win.
Okay.
Just because you related with them both.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily related with them both, but you felt for them, you know, like they were fighting for a purpose. They had a family. Like, you know, UFC are good at kind of pulling on the heartstrings of the Ultimate Fighter.
Story.
So you've got him, and he's a savage, right? And he's versing Kevin Borjas, who's been in the UFC for a minute and on a bit of a stint. So he's got a stint or a skid, probably more of a skid. He's 1-4 in his last 5. It's not looking great, and I think this could potentially be one of those fights where they're trying to give Imanol a chance to kind of break out with a big performance in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, whilst also, like what you said earlier, I feel like it's giving Borjas like, okay, man, we've given you like 4-1, 5 fights.
Yeah.
He hasn't really impressed me. Here's your chance. You got this exciting kid who is going to come at you.
Yeah, he's so aggressive.
No homo. But he's going to come at you. And that's a great chance to show out, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to have like last week we had, what's his face, the freaking Monkey King.
Jordan Levitt.
Walking away. And at the end, the guy was like, and then Levitt was like, doing this to be a troll.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that kind of, it lowers the stock of both fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? And we see what the UFC's doing, man. They're cutting people just for looking the wrong way.
Yeah, man. The wind blows the wrong way, and Dana's like, "You're fired."
Yeah, you've got shredded Almeida, who's like, "Man, I just filled in last minute to help you guys out,"
and had like,
"You're fired."
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you.
Pack your shit.
Yeah, blobs only. We don't want any good-looking heavyweights because it makes the blobs feel bad.
Yeah, and that would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but it doesn't matter. They probably don't want to pay anyone anyway because they're too busy giving $15 million to Conor Ben. But that's a topic for another time. Here we have the high forward pace pressure of Imanol. He's good at cutting off the cage. He's good at using like lateral movement and like aggression to kind of hinder any sort of really aggressive offense. Obviously, it can be beaten. It was beaten in the Ultimate Fighter. I just think he's coming for vengeance. He missed the opportunity of the Ultimate Fighter. He's now coming to kind of right the wrongs. But it's also Kevin's chance to steal the hype.
Yes.
You know, we've seen that happen before.
Exactly.
Like, look what happened with Jared Gordon and Paddy Pimblett. Even though Jared Gordon lost that fight for a minute there, he kind of took all of Paddy's fans.
Yeah. He became very relevant for a while.
For a short bit,
from that fight. But what's Imanol's grappling like? Has he shown anything good there?
I'm not too. I've only kind of seen him
striking,
be aggressive with striking.
Okay. Because I feel like that's kind of the way to beat Borjas. You know, like he's only really good at the striking, and he gets nullified when people grapple. So I'm curious whether Imanol will. But a cool little fun fact: Imanol has been training with DC Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, he was on DC's team.
Yeah, but like after he continued, just like that guy who had the most vicious knockout, it wasn't Josiah Harrell, but the guy who beat the muscle hamster.
Oh,
put him to sleep.
Yeah.
So the wrestler.
I can't remember his flipping name.
Jacoby Smith.
Jacoby Smith.
But he's also another DC guy. So man, DC he like when he likes something, he gets him. And this kid's not even a wrestler.
Yeah,
so
dude.
He must like something in him.
I believe he did have some sort of grappling, but off the top of my head, I can't remember. You know, I watched some tape today of a few fights, but Imanol wasn't one of them, unfortunately.
I heard he grappled Morales a little bit, and that's what impressed some people a little bit. So yeah, I'll be curious to see if he does it. And knowing that he has DC, kind of, you know, you need that mentor, right?
And DC's a bloody good mentor.
And a bloody good wrestler as well. So you know he's going to be going, grab that single.
One thing he knows is sniffing crotches, old DC.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's it. For as far as a pick, you know, for the sake of the pod, for the sake of the algo, I'm going to go Imanol Rodriguez via redemption arc.
Okay.
I think he's going to take this guy's head off.
Yeah. Man, I'm always fascinated to see what comes out in a fighter or even a human when their back's against the wall. And for me, Borjas kind of has his back against the wall now. He's on a bit of a skid. He's got this. At this point, UFC's like, all right, man, we're going to give you just a beast.
Yeah.
You either make something from it or not.
That's where greatness can happen, though,
yes,
right? And the most dangerous animal is one that's backed up against a wall. Exactly.
And Borjas does have good boxing, so I could see him kind of clipping Imanol, but yeah, man, maybe I'll just do that. A sly clip by Kev. Actually, no, I'm going Rodriguez. Imanol's Mexican shit. I don't see him getting clipped.
Yeah, come on, man.
But yeah.
Sick. Hell yeah. And then we go, do you have any ones you want to talk about that you can see?
Do you want to go sequentially or do you just want to...
Let me pull up the event. I was just looking at my notes there. What's after this fight?
We got, I do like Edgar Chairez. He's the
older gentleman, right?
He's 30.
Oh, true.
But he is fighting an older gentleman, Felipe Bunes, who I think it's his second stint in the UFC. Edgar Chairez, first of all, man, you got to just have a look at this guy. He looks like some kind of old school Mexican gangster. And he's got the shaved skull, bro. I think he actually even paints his face like a skull sometimes. So he's just got like a real, like, kind of slick, intense look to him. And amazing boxing as well, man. Felipe Bunes, I believe he trains with the Pitbull brothers.
Nice.
So he's got a pretty good camp. Brazilian, really slick jiu-jitsu. So yeah, this is an interesting fight. I think I'm kind of leaning towards Edgar on this one.
Yeah, I remember watching Edgar's last fight. He definitely looks older than he is, because I remember being like, damn, this guy looks like he's been around the block. He's not like a regular fighter though. He's kind of like a one fight a year type guy. And then, you know, he's going up against friggin' Felipe, who isn't too much more than that really. I mean, he had 2 fights last year, 1 win, 1 loss. He fought Josh Van and got carried by Josh Van in 2024. So he's been in there with a champ. But I don't know too much about this gentleman, and I think the last time I watched Edgar, I was quite impressed. So for that reason, I'm going to go Edgar.
Nice, man. All right.
I'm going to roll it back. Obviously, I'm going to have to chop this up, so it's in order, but that's okay. I'm just going to start for the...
Santiago Luna.
I'm going to go to the first fight of the fucking prelims.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to do prelims.
I've got one that I want to mention.
Okay, sure.
I didn't realize that the first one I spoke about was in the primary. I'm going to cut this out anyway.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll probably put this at the front. We've also got Chris Montino fighting, dude. The freaking zombie. All right.
Okay.
Damien, get your hands off my piñas. versus Wes Schultz. This is the first fight on
starting us off.
Yeah, this is the first fight on the prelims, and I think this is a slept-on fight. You got a 23-year-old Pinas against a 29-year-old Schultz. And the cool thing about both of these gentlemen, I was watching some tape, and you've got Damien Baba Yaga, and I looked up what the term Baba Yaga means. It means he is perceived as an easy obstacle, but once the person who's perceiving him that way gets amongst it, they realize he's quite challenging. Which I thought it's like...
What is that translation from?
It's whatever Baba Yaga. It's he's from the smallest African nation in a...
Because in Russia, Baba Yaga is like the witch of the forest.
Wow. So it's like a wholesome term in Africa, but then it's like dark and mysterious in Russia. I want to clarify that this gentleman is not from Russia, so he is not a witch in the forest. He is from Suriname.
Yes.
And this fight interests me because it's the classic striker versus grappler. You've got Baba Yaga. He's a slick striker. He's got heavy hands, but he's very new to BJJ. I was watching one of his old fights today from about 6 months ago, and they mentioned in that fight, the commentators, that he has a white belt. And in that fight, he got taken down. He was on his back. And obviously, there wasn't much going on as far as offensive grappling or anything like that, but he was working controlling the wrists and kind of positioning his body in a way where he didn't go full turtle shell that a lot of people tend to do when they get taken on the ground with a white belt. So I thought that was interesting. His only loss on his record is for illegally kicking someone. I think he soccer kicked someone. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then he's going up against Wes Schultz, who pulled off one of the most interesting submissions I've ever seen. You, as the BJJ practitioner of the pod, I don't know if you've heard of the submission, the Suloev stretch. Suloev stretch, right? So basically, one leg was this way, and one leg was this way, and this other leg was pulled like over his head and kind of like folded in a way that looked like it was pulling a lot of freaking hammies and a lot of tendons getting stretched, which looked awkward. And for that reason, I think it's, it plays into that classic striker versus grappler.
Nice.
When you look at the opponents of Wes Schultz, he fought Abdul Mansour Malik and he got bashed by him. He's shown that his strength is when he gets these opponents on the ground in that safe space. So we're going to see the game plan. How is Pinas going to keep it on the feet where he's more comfortable? And how is Schultz going to get in and take him down?
So you're saying Pinas wants to be erect and on the feet?
Yes.
He wants to be an erect Pinas?
Yes, he wants to be an erect Pinas.
And the opponent wants him flat and down?
Yeah. So you basically got one guy that wants it to be on and another guy that wants it to be off. And I'm excited to see who prevails, what prevails. Is it going to be a fight that goes down to the final shaft? Or is it going to be a fight that's kind of
flaccid and flat? Or
finished quickly? Which Pinas is showing up? Are we getting finished early? Or are we absolutely dominating the room?
And what kind of Pinas would you want to see? One that finishes quickly? One that's like hard and erect the whole 3 rounds? To each their own.
The haters are going to love this one. I am locking in. Get your hands off my Pinas. And I think he's going to finish him.
Well, as the resident sniffer of the pod, I'm going to go with my freaking Suliav stretcher over here.
Hell yeah, dude. You should look up that.
We'll look it up after this.
I'll put it in the here. That's it. Nice, I'm excited. It's a early fight. It's the first fight. It's going to set the fucking tone of the event.
Yeah.
And that's a powerful fight. The first fight's powerful of setting that tone. Are we going to have the crowd booing every time there's a grapple against the fence? We'll find out.
And 2 non-Mexicans as well. So we've got 2 freaking gringos going out.
They're like, just freaking get them out early. Get the boys on.
All right. Should we go continue with the main card then?
Yes, let's dive into that main card.
All right. Well, we got Daniel, actually, he's Mexican, but his last name is Zerhuber, which is super weird. Against freaking Bobby the Legend, King Green. This has a really cool backstory behind it because Zellhuber, I don't know if this is his fighter name or people just calling him the Golden Boy, and he kind of was that, man. I remember that fight against freaking Ribovich for not UFC Noche, and that was a slobber knocker. Do you guys want to know what a slobber knocker is? Look up Zellhuber versus Ribovich.
That was where everyone kind of was like, who the fuck is this guy? He showcased the definition of the Mexican fighting spirit and the Mexican chin, bro.
Exactly.
They were just trading like flash knockouts. Like,
yeah, boom, boom, yeah. They were like that, in the car sales lot, they got that little...
Yeah, the wacky waving incredible arm too, man.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that. But what's strange is it's taken a completely different turn. That fight against, what's his face? Michael Johnson.
Yeah,
he was like the biggest favorite on the card. Man, a combination of Michael Johnson had some nice quick jabs and he was crowding the kicker. But Zellhuber, man, to me, what was that strategy?
Bad game plan.
He was like, okay, yeah, he had the bigger frame and the range, and then boom, body kick. But after 2 rounds,
you gotta change it up a bit.
Yeah, and it's not like he's just eating him, bro. It's not happening. I wanted to see him change it, and it's just like a completely. Where was the guy knocking the slob out of Ribovich?
Yeah.
And then you got this guy who's just trying to be very safe, and
I think
he lost that fight.
I think stuff like that, like people tend to believe their own hype too much, and it's good to be confident in yourself. It's good to kind of back yourself. You have to be in when you're an athlete. If you're not going to believe in yourself, who will? But I think people can fall a victim to their own press sometimes. And I think he was just too complacent, and maybe he has his corner to blame of kind of not pushing that urgency sooner.
Yeah, I reckon it is. I agree. Not just that, but I reckon who's the one who made up this game plan? The team.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what the team, if they're like, all right, man, you got to adjust, and he didn't. But there was that game plan, which I like that idea, but after 2 rounds, it's not working, man. You're losing this fight. Get that Mexican dog out of you, that freaking chihuahua. Yeah. So it's a very interesting story. What Zellhuber are we going to get? At this point, he's two losing streaks, so he needs to come out and prove who he is.
He needs to make a statement.
And what's really cool, it seems like the UFC, and this is why we love this game, because at the end of the day, guys, this is all just a puzzle and a game. Each fighter is a different puzzle, and we saw an old puzzle that everyone figure this one out. In Michael Johnson, he still got it, and Daniel Zellhuber wasn't able to figure it out. And what I think the UFC did is like, all right, you didn't pass that test. It's the same puzzle with the Chinese manufacturer, right? Same, but slightly different. In a Bobby Green, an older boxer, except he to me he poses like a lot of mental games, which is going to be interesting as well.
Yeah.
But I feel the UFC is like, all right, man, you didn't get that one. Here you go. We're giving you like one more shot. Not to say he won't get another one, but they really going to put him down the pecking order.
100%.
If he can't do a good performance.
He's going to be pecking at the scraps.
Because how many highlight KOs has Bobby Green taken to give to the UFC? Freaking, and he's fought killers as well. He's fought Mario Sarufi, getting choked out unconscious by Paddy Pimblett. So
choked and armbarred.
Yeah, breaking his arm while he can't tap to it. Fucked. So the UFC love that. It's like, you're going to be entertaining and have highlights for us. So thank you. And he actually put on a really great performance against some Canadian guy. Just Bobby greened him. Just walked up and go, "Man, what's up?
Yeah,
what's up?"
It's kind of like a cross between OG Kevin Holland and fucking
Nate Diaz.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
AKA buff kangaroo.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out Kangas. I think Zellhuber, he has the opportunity to implement a lot of lessons he learned from the fight against Johnson. And like you touched on before, saying he's going from one vet to the next, I think he's going to come surely with a different game plan now. He's going to understand that a true fighter adapts in the moment. You can't stick to something that's not working. You can't be Dricus versus Kamzat. You can't smile when you're walking back to your stool just to get put in a crucifix again for fucking 5 rounds in straight. Yeah. So he has a chance to pick his shots, keep moving forward and frustrate Green. Use that lateral movement, force him. When Green gets frustrated, he puts his hands down, storms.
Yeah.
So,
and that's when you can
counter. You can use those beautiful kicks. Yes. You can use the tools that you have to take out a frustrated Green. We're not going to forget the sloppy granite chin, firing from the hip Zellhuber that can come out, but it does not need to come out. And it definitely doesn't need to come out in a fight against Bobby Green. I think if he implements what he knows, he can win this fight. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to pick someone though. It's hard for me to pick someone because I also think Bobby Green has the absolute ability to fucking knock this guy's lights out.
Even at 39 or 38, how old he is, man.
He's a dog, bro.
He just loves to scrap.
He loves to fight.
He looks like just an urban gentleman who loves to scrap.
He looks like a character from fucking Blade.
Yeah. And
like he should be at a freaking, the acid rave with blood coming from the fucking roof.
And if you legally change your name to King, you I don't know.
I respect it, bro, because
you're still about it.
Yeah.
You're still about it.
And for someone to genuinely change it and be in the public eye to that extent, or to any extent, to change your name to King, you got to respect it. Like the balls of this guy.
I'll never call him King. Even if there's a fire.
Better not get in my face. I'm going to drop that motherfucker. Probably wouldn't though. We'd get stomped.
Yeah.
Like the comment section will tell me.
It'd be a good scrap though.
It would be. Check his good appling. All right. Then we've got bloody...
Oh, do you have a pick for that one? Or
it's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to pick. I don't want to be a fence sitter.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm really just going to enjoy I won't call it the narrative, but the let's see moment. Because let's see the adjustments Zellhuber's made. And always let's see what freaking Bobby Green does. Because he's just an exciting fighter. Who else comes at you? Look at this.
Yeah, just the swagger and the confidence. Yeah, I think
I'm really just looking forward to see how this fight unfolds.
I want, you know what? Fuck it.
Freaking.
This is a winnable fight for both fighters. Zellhuber is young.
Crazy to say that, right?
It's crazy to say it. It's usually a little bit of a cut and dry when it comes to prospect versus unk versus vet, however you want to call it. But we've seen that Zellhuber can kind of shell up and get a little bit cautious. I think Green feeds off that. But if he comes out with the lessons learned, then I think we're good. Cheeto Vera versus Martinez. This is a exciting matchup. This is a dangerous matchup. And this is a new kind of fresh addition to the UFC. Obviously, Martinez went out and he proved himself against Rob Font. And his only loss is coming via split decision. But he's a very bouncy, loves to level change, picks his strikes, mix it up. He mixes up a lot of oblique kicks as well.
Cool.
Very heavy kicks. He's kind of the striker that's like, like everything goes into those kicks, which is good. It's exciting. He's got good cage awareness. Like I said, the lateral movement. He does the stick and move style. Similar to kind of what we saw with Strickland, but he does stick and move offensively and not defensively. So it kind of works on him, combining a lot of cage pressure and just throws bombs. Like the stuff he throws is kind of kill shot-esque type intentions. And then you look at the style of Martinez. Hear me out. It's a little reminiscent of Sean O'Malley, and I'll tell you why. He's got some creative spinning kicks. He's very bouncy. He's very choppy. I don't think he's on the level of O'Malley. Don't get it twisted. But I just think kind of like to put a visual in your head of of the way his style works in the cage. And, we see how the Cheeto style kind of goes in these fights. He's very slow to start. He's got a fucking chin on him, old Cheeto. I still think about that knee from O'Malley. And just the sound and how he ate it. Like just, thank you. It's crazy. But, he's bloody 1-4 in his last 5. He hasn't really looked that good outside of the chin. And I like Cheeto. I think he's a fucking cool dude. His style is cool, but you only see it for 10 seconds in the last round. He's very slow to start. And I just think that he's going to get outpaced by Martinez. And if Cheeto does manage to pull it off, I'm going to be fucking happy for him. But it's hard to kind of back him seeing where he's been going recently.
Yeah. Stylistically, I think what you just described, that is about Martinez, that's the way to beat Cheeto, right? Is to be bouncy, moving around, kind of like, exactly what Sean O'Malley did to him, right? Just hit him with all these different creative
just frustrate
strikes.
him, you know?
Yeah, because Cheeto, he's just, he kind of just like stays in a similar gear and like plots forward. And to me, a really bad look wasn't the fight against Ayman Zahabi. It was actually all the stuff after where he was like saying, don't get it twisted, we won. It's like, he was like so dogged that he won. It's like, man, even if you won that fight, you shouldn't necessarily be proud of that, in my opinion, you know? Because like if you win like a split decision, it's not like, yeah, we dominated. It's like, oh, that was so close.
By the skin of my teeth.
Yeah, I need to go back to the drawing board and change some stuff. Whereas his reaction was not of a growth mindset. It was of a...
defensive.
Like I did it. Like I won it. There's nothing I need to change. It was good. So to me, that's kind of like a not a good sign. And then when we talk about the stylistics, man, unless he changes something, we haven't really seen him change his style too much recently. But it sounds like this David Martinez guy, he has the style to do it.
Yeah, he's got the style to do it. And I just think, like, touching on the point you just made with Cheeto, every fighter knows, don't leave it to the judges. Just don't get it twisted, because at the end of the day, on paper, you lost the fight. All right? And in the court of public opinion, that's not going to necessarily gel well with people that are going to push you into opportunities of climbing the ranks again, maybe getting a title shot. Or if you're coming in to get a bag and you're coming in to rustle feathers, then he said the right thing, because it's kind of like a bullshit ass statement. I like Cheeto, sick tats, cool style.
Loves the
ganja. But in a fight, I think I can't back someone who takes 13 and a half minutes to get going. Yeah. So for that, I'm going to go Martinez. And I'm going to go Martinez by decision, obviously, because I don't see Cheeto getting finished.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to see that one. But next, we've got what this whole card was built around. We got Assassin Baby. That's, I don't know if you laughed like that. He's got a really wholesome childlike laugh.
Yeah.
And a childlike energy, which I'll get into later. But speaking of, he's fighting pretty much a child, man. This 26 years old baby-faced bandit, Loney Kavanagh.
Loney?
What's some of your points on this one, man?
I mean, who doesn't love Moreno?
Exactly.
How can you watch him fight, even if, you know, if you haven't just started watching the UFC, when he did the unnecessary amount of fights with Figgy, when he finally won and he was crying and Figgy put him on his shoulders and walked him around the octagon, and he was just like you were saying, just like a little kid, even though he's a savage, you know, the assassin baby, but at heart, he's just wholesome. He's very likable, and I don't think the guy has a bad bone in his body, honestly. He's also coming in on short notice, you know, like both fighters. It's both short notice for both of them. So first of all, we have to take our hat off to Moreno. He's in a stage of his career where he could have been like, no, I'm going to wait. Because losing to the likes of Loney Kavanagh is going to mean that Loney could leapfrog him. It delays his desire to get back to the belt. It's obviously what he wants. So props to Moreno for taking the fight. He's been in there with the best, dude. Loney has just got into the game.
Exactly.
He's he's quick. He's striking,
Beautiful
slick,
striking.
In and out. Kind of takes you back a bit. You're like, oh shit, I kind of missed that combo, even though you're looking directly at it, which is exciting. But we've seen, even when we saw with Strickland, you've got the caliber, you've got the rounds of being in there with the big dogs. You know how to handle the dangerous situations. And the caveat to that is Loney is still young, where if he misjudged a situation and overcommitted due to lack of experience, someone like Moreno is going to immediately capitalize on that. He's well-rounded. He's coming for vengeance because, I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was an early stoppage against Tatsuro Taira. And maybe Taira becomes the champion and that loss doesn't age as bad as it was at the start, right?
And it can create a really
cool
narrative about like, oh, that was an early stoppage. Like, let's see again.
It was 100% an early stoppage. I don't know if it would have gone any other way regardless, but it was an early stoppage.
What was cool for me to see about Brandon Moreno was right after he lost that fight, he pretty much immediately took on what was originally this fight, Asu Almabayev.
Yes.
And what that said to me was, I trained to show you how good my grappling and fighting skills are against this grappler. I felt like I didn't get to show that because of the early stoppage. They gave Asu Almabayev, which I thought was really cool. It's like he had a point to prove.
It cements the fact that he is that guy.
Yeah, it shows me he still has that fire. And he's still 31, man. We forget how young he was since he entered this game. So that is dangerous, man, to be a young vet.
A young vet.
Like Moreno. That's dangerous.
Young vet versus freaking young Energizer Bunny. This guy's going to come in swinging. I think Moreno has the tools. I don't think he's done. I think we're in for a treat, and it's going to be a good one.
A couple more points I wanted to make. So stylistically, this is very interesting because they're both obviously strikers. Brandon Moreno, as we mentioned earlier, that iconic, legendary Mexican boxing.
Yeah.
But he's a full mixed martial artist as well, right? Like he shows he can do takedowns. He's fought and beat grapplers like our boy Urseg. Whereas Loney Kavanagh, like he's what I kind of like. Yeah, he does know how to wrestle, but striking is his main thing. I saw some really cool wrestling against the Charles Johnson fight.
Yeah.
But that's really where his inexperience shined to me. Because I saw him doing crazy mat returns, like it wasn't a suplex, but it was like some really cool lifts and mat returns. I was like, this kid's cool. Next minute he gasses out.
There's a lot of energy going into that.
And a flyweight to gas out. He got knocked out in round 2 by Charles Johnson, and he was piecing up Johnson the whole fight, looking like
the Skullet, right?
The Skullet, yeah. Who just aged very badly because he just got freaking knocked out in the first round by Alex Perez.
Yeah.
So that has aged very badly as well. So yeah, that kind of the cardio has shown to be a bit of a flaw here. I gotta mention the altitude in Mexico City. It's known. It's known to be up in the clouds, and some really iconic moments like Cain Velasquez, who was known for his cardio and pressure, he crumbled, and everyone accounted to that. So that's one factor. The other one is, he's had his cardio issues. He's gonna be fighting at altitude, and he's been training. So this is a reshuffle. Moreno was supposed to fight Almabayev. Loney was actually supposed to fight Bruno Silva. So he was preparing 3 rounds with a pretty well-rounded guy. But Brandon Moreno has been preparing for 5 rounds. Yeah, fair enough, it was against a grappler. But man, that grappling cardio is good. And I predict that he's actually going to, with all that grappling he's been doing, he's actually going to be going for some takedowns. And actually trying to tire out and weigh on Loney during this fight, zap his energy and make him really feel that freaking Mexican altitude.
Yeah, dude, like sit on top of him and not put all of that blood, sweat, and tears in your training camp to waste.
Exactly.
You know,
it's
the perfect time to implement what you've learned and show, hey, I've just leveled up and I'm coming for the rest of yous.
Yep. And then show this young buck a thing or two as well.
100%, because everyone needs the vet check. Yeah. Everyone needs the young buck to kind of be taught a lesson, especially when you're getting gassed up. He's very exciting, new prospect. He's got a lot of hype behind him.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can do a lot of harm as far as like not staying humble, bitch. So this is exciting. I'm going to back Moreno. I think just on the caliber of experience, the altitude is an amazing point. That fucks people up, man.
Yeah.
We get to see it all the time because you've got the freaking altitude in Colorado. You know, that's always a factor.
Even you think about all the caucus fighters, man, they're all fighting in the mountains.
Yep.
So that's where you're doing wrestling, which is one of those taxing things on your body at the highest altitude. So you can go for days.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's going to play out. I think the sheer level of experience and a determined, bloodthirsty Moreno is a dangerous fighter. Whether or not he is like a sweetheart inside, when that cage door closes, he's like, he calls himself an assassin, baby.
He goes from playing Legos with his kids on the time off to just absolutely with that high Mexican guy.
I love
hunting.
Hunting.
Yeah.
It's exciting in a few ways, I think, because everyone, I think, collectively loves Moreno, would like to see a resurgence. I'm sure there's a few people that are kind of ready for the new blood. I've touched on that quite a bit in previous episodes. Time for the passing of the torch moments. They're going to start happening. But Moreno's a bit different. I feel like he's got a lot more in the tank, and I think he's getting better every time we see him, albeit the loss